Hi gamers, welcome to my review of Smash Bros. Brawl for Nintendo Wii. This game was released this year, although being from the United Kingdom, I've had to wait until a couple of weeks ago to actually get it. Alright, so let's get on with the review. Smash Bros. Brawl continues the fighting series that started on the Nintendo 64 by collecting a who's who of Nintendo characters and making them face off against each other in fights. Brawl has a total of 35 fighters this time round, which is 9 more than last time, although my favourite, Dr. Mario, isn't returning. Standard matches in Brawl consist of you having to deal your opponent with enough damage until you knock them off the stage. Like last time, items are there to assist you and deter you. Something that's new in this game is the Super Smash move, which is usable after a character has destroyed a floating Smash Ball, which will occasionally appear on a stage. It basically acts as a finishing move for you to beat your opponent with. To explain this game sufficiently, I have to divide the game up between its multiplayer options and its single player options. The multiplayer game hasn't changed that much. There are 3 different types of Brawl you can have, these including a free-for-all, where who scores the most knockouts by the time limit wins. Another mode is stock mode, where you compete with a set of lives to become the last man standing. And finally there is coin mode, where you knock the coins out of your opponent and who has the most by the end of the time limit wins. You can also take part in a special brawl where you set a unique lot of rules, such as hit point limits and sudden death. The level of customization is greater than it was in Melee, where you could just pick Giant Melee or Invisible Melee or something like that. You can mix and match all the rules this time. Tournament mode also returns, so you can get about up to 64 different friends if you have that many, and all pick a player and fight your way to the last 2. Something new that's in Brawl is rotation mode, in which if you've got more than 5 to 16 people playing, you can choose the different places, and you can choose something like loser leaves, and the game will fairly rotate every different player into the game eventually. The single player game is also mostly the same. It contains classic mode, where you choose a fighter, and with the lives you have varying from 1 to 5, battle through a selection of computer controlled characters with brief smash the target intervals. Fights can vary from 1-on-1 to 3-on-1 and even 2-on-2. Event matches also return, in which you have to satisfy a unique objective to complete the match. It now comes with a co-op version, so you can do it with a friend. Adventure mode in this game has been updated a bit, and it includes cutscenes, interchangeable characters, and a co-op mode again. There's also a story in which the Nintendo heroes have to stop the world of Smash Bros. World, whatever it's called, it's not really given a name, falling into the hands of the evil Nintendo villains who are trying to cover it all in subspace. All-Star mode also makes a return, which of course is you take one character with 1 life and you make them fight all the other characters. Well, every character, you even fight a version of yourself. Finally, Brawl reuses the mini stadium, the mini games in the stadium, where you can play the Smash the Target from classic mode. You can do the home run contest, where you have to make the sandbag fly as far as you can in the set time limit. Multi-man Brawl, where a special condition such as 100 opponents or survive 15 minutes is set for you to fight against generic enemies. Something new that's added to the stadium is boss mode, which is unlocked after you complete adventure mode, where you use 1 character with 1 life and try to beat 10 bosses from the game, including Master Hand, Crazy Hand, Ridley. So basically a who's who of Nintendo's bad guys. Brawl now includes a online mode where fights can take place over Nintendo's Wi-Fi system. However, you have to end up using Nintendo's friend code system to get the most out of this. On the side, there's Nintendo's challenge system, which increases the amount of trophies you get, and you also get stickers, music, stages, the basic unlockables. It works out along the lines of Xbox 360's achievement system, where a task is completed to get points. For example, unlocking Sonic the Hedgehog will give you the Green Hill Zone level. Also new with this Brawl game is you can build your own stages, and Brawl comes with 4 different control settings this time round. You've got the analog stick and Wii controller. You've got the Wii controller turned on its side. You've got the classic controller, and you've got the Nintendo GameCube controller. I'll be going for what I consider to be the default one, which is the Wii controller and analog stick. The A button is used for your basic attacks, so punch and kick basically, and the B button is used for your special attacks. For example, if you play as Mario, it can be used to throw fireballs or use his Tanuki cape. 1 and 2 are taunt buttons, which really only serve the purpose for rubbing salt in wounds. You don't actually gain anything from taunting. The Z button is your shield for protection. The analog stick moves your character around, obviously. Most attack buttons are used in conjunction with the analog stick for different reasons, such as A and the analog stick allow you to perform smash moves, while B and the analog stick allow you to do different special moves. You can turn on a shake smash option, which allows you to perform smash moves just by flicking the Wii controller. So that's sort of like how the C stick used to work in Melee. To perform a final smash after you've got the smash ball, you just press B when standing still. For it to pull off though, you have to meet a required position. I mean, it'll go off anyway if you press B, but for example, if you're playing as Captain Falcon, you've got to be standing just a bit away from your opponent, so his F-Zero ship thing actually hits them. Or for example, if you're playing as Meta Knight, you've got to be standing right next to him so you can get him in your cape. Nintendo have not held back on the graphical design for this game. All the character models are done in great detail, as are the items. So Mario looks how you expect, Snake looks how you expect, Sonic looks how you expect. The stages are also well designed. The game cannot be faulted in the graphical division in really any sort of way, except the odd occasion where your head goes through a low-hanging platform, but you can't do much about that since you're meant to go through them, and most of the time you're far away that you won't notice anyway. I mean, the stages are quite amazing, especially when you see Metal Gear come crashing through Shadow Moses Island. There's also a huge array of music in this game. There's bound to be one track for each stage you'll like, and you can customize music now. So, if you prefer the Snake Eater theme tune to the proper Metal Gear Solid theme tune, you can set it up so that plays on Shadow Moses more often than the Metal Gear Solid theme tune. All the Nintendo sound effects you're expecting are here, such as Mario's jumping effects, Zelda's sword effects. So yeah, it's all done correctly in this respect. Also as a plus, David Hayter provides the voice of Snake in comedy codec calls, which is really the icing on the cake when you're playing through when it comes to his character. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was first announced at the pre-E3 2005 conference. Masahiro Sakurai, who had left HAL Laboratories in 2003, was given the role of director, as he stated upon leaving that he would return only to direct Smash Bros. Games. The development began on October 2005. The trailer would not be seen until E3 2006, where Brawl was confirmed as a subtitle. The game was announced for release in December 2007, however, a couple of months before a delay was placed so the game could be fine-tuned. After the success of Martha Roy in Melee, Japan-only characters were given the green lights. The inclusion of Solid Snake as the first third-party character came after apparently Hideo Kojima begged for Snake to be included in Melee, but the game was too far in production, hence he was included in Brawl. Lucas was also meant to be included in Melee, but the delay of Mother 3 in Japan meant he was excluded. Early in 2006, Japanese fans were asked what third-party character they most wanted in Brawl. The winner was Sonic the Hedgehog, whose announcement in the Brawl came October 2007.